we Star Wars fans love us some clone troopers, and even though they are all identical in looks, us fans still seem to have a favorite. Sometimes LEGO blesses us and turns these fan favorite characters into minifigures, but other times they don't. Honestly, with so many different clone characters catching our eyes over the last 20 years, it does make sense that LEGO wouldn't be able to make all of our favorites. However, that doesn't mean I can't feel some way about it. Luckily, there are some great options out there to get the minifigs you want without paying an arm and a leg. And today, I'm going to show you 12 of those minifigs that I have either bought or made from parts that I bought online.
Hang on, we have Tano and the commander. Send all remaining troops to my position.
Jesse was a fan favorite from the Clone Wars, and to be honest, I am still not over the final scene with his death. LEGO has never made this character as an official minifigure, but luckily you can buy a custom one from Clone Army Customs, which is the one I have here. I like this minifigure. I've used it in a lot of my mocks before in the past and in other videos, so even though LEGO never made this minifigure, I still like having the custom one in my collection.
We'll start landing procedures immediately.
Dave Filoni's fur baby himself, Commander Wolf, is definitely a fan favorite, not only from his really cool patterns on his armor, but also the fact that he worked alongside with another fan favorite character, Jedi Master Plo Koon. I actually picked this minifigure up at my first ever Bricks Cascade convention a couple years back. Unfortunately, I don't remember the vendor. However, there's a lot of good websites that you can get a good Phase 2 Commander Wolf from. I know LEGO released a Phase 1 Commander Wolf in a really old set, however, they never did release that Phase 2 Commander Wolf, which is why I'm really happy to have this one in my collection. After being first introduced all the way back in the 2003 original Clone Wars animated series, Captain Forto immediately became a fan favorite from his appearances in the Battle of Munilist and Coruscant. This was a pretty simple minifigure to make. I just took a regular clone body, added some red arms, and then added this pauldron and helmet that I got from CAC to finish off the minifig. This was a cheaper option as opposed to buying a custom minifigure. I ended up spending about 10 bucks and getting this one, and I think it is instantly recognizable as Forto once you look at it, so at the end of the day, I'm still really happy with it.
You are each a piece of a whole person.
If you played the Republic Commando game, then you definitely remember Boss Fixer 7 Scourge, commonly known as Delta Squad. Now these are some of my personal favorite clones. However, it's been almost 20 years after the release of Republic Commando, so it's safe to say that we are not going to be getting these characters as LEGO minifigs. But luckily there is a lot of places where you can buy these characters as minifigures or even buy the whole squad. I actually made my squad through an assortment of different vendors, and I'm really happy with how they turned out, and I'm really happy to actually have these commandos in my collection because, like I said, they were a big favorite of mine growing up.
Got your message, General. What are your orders?
Okay, so I know what you're thinking.
Dude, we already have a Phase 2 Gree.
And yes, that is true. However, this Phase 2 Gree is using his traditional armor as opposed to the armor we see during the Battle of Kashyyyk. This one was a pretty easy one to make. All I had to do was replace the helmet on the existing Phase 1 Gree minifigure with this Phase 2 one that I picked up from, you guessed it, Clone Army Customs. And this upgrade only cost me $4 for the helmet. I like having this Gree in my collection because Kashyyyk troopers are pretty spendy nowadays, so being able to still use him with some regular Phase 2 clone troopers is really nice for mock building.
Why do we always get the fun missions? Oh, this is the fun part. Getting back to the square is the fun part.
It only felt right putting Waxter and Boyle together here, as they went on countless missions together during the Clone Wars and are the two characters from the 212th that I think have the most character development across the entire Clone Wars series. I did the same thing here that I did with the Phase 2 Gree, and I just bought these custom helmets from Clone Army Customs and was able to put these on my 212th minifigures to get the characters I wanted. I've actually used these guys in other videos and in other mocks, most recently my 3 mocks in 1 day video, and I think having these guys in my collection and in my mocks gives people a little thing to catch on to in the build and kind of have some fun with it as well. Now, Captain Rex is a character we have seen multiple minifigs for. However, we have not received an official minifigure of him in his clone snowtrooper armor. I know we only see him in this armor for 1 episode, but come on, everyone remembers this episode for some reason. Now, I made a whole video in the past about how to make these snowtroopers, but I wanted to highlight this Captain Rex minifigure specifically for this video. Now, the OG clone snowspeeder that was released over 10 years ago would have been a perfect set to include some clone snowtroopers. However, LEGO kind of skipped this opportunity and gave us a snowy Anakin instead. However, having some snowtroopers, especially a Captain Rex one in my collection, is really nice to have for if I want to ever make some snowy mock builds. So I'm really happy that I have these in my collection.
We don't usually work with rigs.
Now, I know I already made a video about this Crosshair minifigure, however, I wanted to add it here because it just makes sense and this minifigure is so impressive. Now, as most of y'all know, Crosshair was a key member of the Bad Batch, and I honestly think he has incredible character development across the many seasons we've seen him in. But LEGO never made a minifigure for this character, which really does not make sense to me. So I bought this one from my trusted vendor, Clone Army Customs, and I cannot be happier with the minifigure that I got. But I'm curious to hear what you think about these minifigures. Out of all the ones I've shown today, which one is your favorite and which one would you want LEGO to make an official minifig of? And are there any that I didn't cover that you'd like to see LEGO make in the future? Let me know. If you enjoyed this video, check out some of my other content. I have some videos with cool custom minifigures and a couple of different build series, so try those out. But besides that, thanks for swinging by the cantina today. I hope you enjoy your travels, and I'll see you in the next one.